A freshwater swamp can be found in areas that are permanently saturated with water. Freshwater swamps are found inland with a large body of water next to it, such as a large river or a lake. They can also be found in varying climate types on every continent with the exception of Antarctica. Generally, swamps are transitional areas. They are neither completely covered by land or water. The climate surrounding swamps consists of a large quantity of rain with upwards of 20 inches, along with the flowing water from large water sources for most of the year, which provides for the animals and plants that live there. The average temperatures of the swamp are around 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, with the low of the year getting around 20 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. The soil in swamps is very water saturated during the growing season and has standing water during certain parts of the year. The soil is often waterlogged and often covered by as much as a few feet of water. The soil is highly organic, forming a thick, black, nutrient-rich environment for the growth of many types of water-tolerant trees and plants, such as cypress and tupelo trees. There may also be varying types of mosses and weeds such as Spanish moss and duckweed, which cover the swamp. A large amount of various types of animals can be found in the swamp. Animals which include alligators, frogs, crayfish, regular fish, and a variety of types of birds, mammals, and insects, which are all able to adapt to fluctuating water levels.
Swamps have many beneficial functions to the environment. These functions can range from flood control, maintaining biodiversity, to water purification. However, there is one specific function that is considered to be the most valuable, which is that wetlands are very effective at reducing nutrient loadings in water bodies. In fact, some scientists refer to wetland as the nature's kidneys. A study in 2004 was done by the Center of Ecology and Hydrology located in the UK was aimed to assess the effectiveness of wetlands in reducing nutrient loadings, in particular nitrogen and phosphorus. The study examined 57 wetlands from 16 countries and measured the nutrient loadings in water that enters the wetland compared to the water that exits the wetland. Both surface and groundwater have been examined. The results showed that out of the 57 wetlands that have been studied, 80% of them reduced nitrogen loadings, while 84% of wetlands reduced phosphorus loading. The factors that influence the rate of nutrient loading in wetlands have been suggested to be the water flow volume, retention time, and vegetation processes. Specifically, in the retention of nitrogen, water height was a very important factor due to the relation with the process of nitrification and denitrification, while the duration of nutrient loading was the most critical factor in the retention of phosphorus. These studies led to wetlands to be constructed as a way to treat domestic and industrial waste.
Today, the main threat to swamps is human interaction. From the journal article Soil Nutrient Assessment and Characterization in a Degraded Central Florida Swamp by Osborne and Associates, the Central Florida Swamp is one of the most well-documented cases of hydraulic manipulation and subsequent wetland loss that started in the early 1900s, when the construction of drainage canals and levees dewatered approximately 1.2 million hectares of wetland for agricultural production. In the Central Florida Swamp and many other wetlands undergoing hydraulic alteration, nutrient pollution became a significant secondary stressor that only exacerbated environmental conditions. Specifically, phosphorus and more recently sulfur have induced widespread ecosystem alterations in the form of vegetation community shifts and resulting loss of habitat value. Even with the extensive habitat deconstruction that has taken place across the nation, the U.S. Geological Survey has begun to do research into wetland restoration and creation. Wetland restoration rehabilitates a wetland that has been destroyed, whereas wetland creation is building a wetland where one has never been. The elements that must be considered when restoring a wetland are site selection, hydrologic analysis, water quality, plant selection, buffer zone placement, and long-term management. If a project wetland develops as expected, after 2 to 5 years, it can have a plant diversity greater than or equal to that of a similar natural wetland. As competition for space and resource increases, and plants more completely cover the site, the diversity usually decreases and the plant community tends to become more like that of a mature site. Thank you for watching our swamp video, and we hope you enjoyed it.